Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So shall we start now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So good afternoon, SUNAINA. How are you?
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm good, ma'am.
How was the day?
Ma'am, it's good, ma'am.
It's pretty good. Okay.
SUNAINA, you're feeling a little nervous?
Sir, little bit. Actually, I have fever, sir.
You have fever. Okay. Chalo,
And-
SUNAINA, tell us something about yourself.
Yes, sir. Sir, I am from Jamshedpur, Jharkhand, and I'm born and brought up in Jamshedpur only. And I did my college from the Jamshedpur Women's University, and there I have been continuously participated in various voluntary activities, and also continuous participant in the social welfare. I have been participated in National Child Awareness Program campaign, and I have been consulted at Uninium Corporation of India Limited, and there I got the opportunity to physically verify all the plant and machinery of the selective plant and machinery of the Uranium Corporation of India Limited. And yes, sir. And in Uranium Corporation, I did the consultancy for the 6 months, and for the 3 months, I there be as an internal auditor. Yes, sir.
So SUNAINA, tell us something about the anti-profiteering, concept of anti-profiteering.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, anti-profiteering is a provision which is inserted by the government of India. The provision is that, ma'am, various organizations are actually taking the benefits of the loopholes of our provisions, which is that they are extra profiteering means they are adding the extra profit to the product or the commodities, and they are charging the extra value for the same. So the government have inserted this provision to avoid those types of transactions, and they have inserted this anti-profiteering provisions.
Okay. Okay. Which one is the highest appellate authority under GST law?
Highest appellate authority, ma'am. Ma'am, appellate authority of GST and custom.
Okay. What do you know about the EPCG?
Ma'am, EPCG is EPCG is the benefit which is given by the custom department to the exporters when they are exporting in bulk.
Okay.
Okay, SUNAINA,
SUNAINA,
in
your-
CMA intro final,
Yes, sir.
which subject you like the most?
Sir, I have more interest towards the finance and costing.
Finance and costing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, in costing there is a concept is a relevant cost.
Yes, sir.
In which area relevant cost concept will be applied for decision making?
So when we have two or more options to choose to where we are going to invest our money, or we have two or more options which we start our businesses, then we use the concept of relevant costing, sir.
So relevant costing, in the relevant costing, the decision regarding past will be taken or decision regarding future will be taken?
So decision regarding future will be taken, means the past is irrelevant, sir, in decision relevant costing, sir.
Okay, second concept is that in relevant costing, do you know that the fixed cost is not relevant for decision making?
So fixed cost up to it is unavoidable. Means the extent of fixed cost which is unavoidable is not considered in the relevant costing part, but which is avoidable, which we can avoid if we take the options, then we can consider that that part of the fixed cost.
Okay. Second, my question is that in financial accounting, there is one term is the provision and second term is the reserve. What is the basic difference between these two terms?
So the difference between provision is actually the appropriation of the reserve is the appropriation of profit, and provision is charged, we charge against the profit.
Will give some example?
So we create the provision for depreciation, we create the provision for bad debts, we create the provision for depreciation. But the examples of reserves are security premium, free reserves, and the workman compensation reserves.
Okay, do you think that standard costing is really applied in the real life?
So real life means in the organizations.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, the standard costing is applicable in the organizations to actually evaluate the performance of the what the organization did in the past, in the previous year, or in the current year. We compare the variances.
Okay.
From the,
One variance is material sub-usage variance.
yes, sir.
If material sub-usage variance is 2000 adverse, what does it mean?
Material sub-uses variance is 2000 adverse. Yes, sir. So material sub-uses variance is also known as material mix variance. And
No, not at all. Sub-usage and mix both are the different thing.
sub-uses is also known as yield variance.
Yield variance, yes.
Yes, sir. So from the yield variance, we get to know that the input difference means the formula for the material yield variance is that.
No, I am not satisfied with your answer. Please, over to Nipun sir and Akhilesh sir.
Sir, actually,
Okay, so Sunaina, in your interest areas, you have written about equity analysis. Okay,
Yes.
so can you let me know which equities have you analyzed in the recent past, and what are the parameters which you find in an equity for the same? So you do that while doing the analysis.
yes, sir. So actually, I interested in the fundamental analysis of the equity. So recently, I analyzed with my senior the Reliance shares. So, sir, from where I got to know about the first we check the PE ratio of the particular shares, and then
What do you mean by PE ratio?
so PE ratio is the price earning ratio, and the formula for the PE ratio is that the market price of the share divided by the earning of the shares.
Okay, and what are the parameters?
Yes, sir. So we check the PE ratio, we check the price to book value of the shares, whether it is overvalued or whether it is undervalued, and we also check the for the means for the purpose of long term investing in that particular stock. We also check the debt of the particular stock, means debt of the particular company, whether the debt equity ratio is viable or not, whether the long-term investment on that particular company is good from our perspective or not, sir. And there are all many other factors, sir, parameters, sir.
Okay, and you have also written about you have done work regarding CSR expenditure verification. So can you let me know about the provisions of CSR for a company?
Yes,
Which
sir.
company it is applicable, which is not, and what are the provisions?
Yes, sir. Sir, as per Companies Act, as per Section 135 of the Companies Act 2013, CSR provision is applicable to the companies having turnover of 1,000 crores and net profit of the 5 crores.
Are you sure it is 1,000 crores?
Yes, as far as I know.
Okay, continue.
Yes, sir. And the amount of expenditure is that, sir, actually, I'm little having doubt regarding the turnover criteria.
That's okay.
And
Continue.
yes, sir. And so the percentage is the 2% of the last preceding 3 financial years, sir. 2% of the net profit of the last preceding 3
So
financial
every
years.
company is applicable for CSR?
So
Or-
as I said that there is certain criteria, means the turnover criteria. So if the company is fulfilling that criteria, then the CSR provision is applicable.
Okay, and what about listed companies?
So yes, sir, there is a
Even the
criteria.
listed companies have the same provision, or all listed companies have to do CSR thing?
So listed companies are compulsorily have to do this CSR, and for the unlisted companies, there are unlisted public companies. There is this provision, sir, for the turnover, net profit, and paid up share capital.
Okay. Dilip sir.
Sunaina, I was seeing your CV, so I'm a little confused about that. You completed your 3 months articleship from the Sandeep and Company, and the remaining 3 months, 6 months articleship from DK Charged and Company, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
what I observed that in throughout the both firms, you worked only for UCIL, UCIL, or all the functions which you performed is for the UCIL. Like how it is possible that when you are doing your articleship from the two different firms and still you are working for the same company, like so you have been appointed in the UCIL, or you were doing your articleship from DK Charged and Company, or Hem Sandeep and Company?
Sir, actually, means I first started my articleship with the Hem Sandeep and Company only, and as I said them that I have to do my practical training and I have to submit the T1 form, T1 or T4 form for the intimation to the organization institute, CMA institute, that I am starting with my training. But initially they said that this yes, they will provide me that T4 certificate, and after working with 3 months with them, they are disagree with that means their statements. So, sir, I switched to the different form for the
No,
certificate purpose.
that's absolutely okay. That's not a problem. You shifted to the other firm, but the other firm was also having the audit and other functions of UCIL. Like both the firms were having the. So you selected that DK Charged and Company specifically for this purpose, that it is having the audit of UCIL, or there was some other reason. Because what I can observe, there is like you have some kind of the personal contacts with UCIL or through some relatives. Only because of that you selected a firm which is having kind the function or work of UCIL. Is it like that?
Sir, actually, yes, sir. Actually, UCIL means the location of the work means the UCIL branch is there in my hometown only, and the Hem Sandeep is company is from Delhi, Delhi-based firm, CA firm, and the DK Jhanjhar firm is from Kolkata. But the work location is both in the UCIL only.
So how
Means
you came to know about the DK Charger and Company? It is far from your home. So how you came to know about this firm, that you should do your articleship from this firm only? So you do you have any contacts in UCIL?
sir, actually, my father is a supplier of UCIL.
Okay. So he
So,
recommended you to work in this firm,
no,
right?
no, sir, not he recommended me. Actually, my father also having a business of the guest house. So
Okay.
they approaches us for the guest house, and then he tell that he is from Delhi and he need an article for the internal audit purpose. Then my
So
father said that my daughter is doing pursuing the CMA. At that time, I qualified intermediate, sir.
do you know that there are some ethical prohibitions of doing the functions or audit of any of the entity where you or your relatives is working? Do you know that there are ethical requirements that you can't do such kind of the work where you and your relatives are working?
Yes, sir, there is a legal requirement, but I think so that is for the statutory audit, not for the internal audit, because internal audit can be done by the employees only, means can be done by the employees as well.
Good. Okay. Now tell me, is there any like kind of the certificate which is issued by the tax deductor to the tax deductee for the confirmation of tax deduction?
Yes, sir, there is a certificate, sir.
Who issues the certificate? Income tax department or tax deductor?
So the income tax department, sir.
Income tax department issues the certificate to whom? Deductee.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, this
Not
is not issued by the tax deductor. It is not deducted by the issued by the income tax department. It is issued by tax deductor, like Form 16 in case of salary. So the employer is to issue the certificate, right?
okay, sir.
Over to Akhilesh, sir.
Okay, sir. Yes, Sunaina. What is IRR?
Yes, sir. Sir, IRR, the full form of IRR is the internal rate of return. IRR is the rate, sir, when the sir, IRR is the rate when the uh, NPV is zero.
Okay. If we're discounting with the IRR, then NPV is 0.
Yes,
But what is IRR? IRR is the earning rate or IRR is the WACC?
sir, IRR is the WACC, sir, working cost of capital, sir.
Okay. What is NPV?
So NPV means the net present value. So means it is the cash outflow minus the present value of cash inflows, means it is a difference between cash outflow and the present value of cash inflows.
Okay, which is better, IRR or NPV?
So generally we evaluation between among the two options, we use the NPV as a default, means default criteria, we use the NPV. But if there is a if the option is the mutually exclusive, we use the NPV, and in other case we use the IRR.
What is capital rationing?
So capital rationing means when we have the limitations of capital, and then we have to invest our money in the various projects, then we use the technique capital rationing. So
Okay, why BRS is prepared?
VRS,
Yes, why
so
BRS is prepared?
bank reconciliation statements.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So we prepare the bank reconciliation statement to verify or to means to analyze the difference between balance as per cash balance as per cash book and bank balance as per passbook.
Okay, am I right? Cash balance as per cash book and bank
Yes, sir.
balance as per passbook.
Yes, sir. Cash balance as per cash book and bank balance as per passbook.
Okay, what will be the entry for salary paid to Gopal?
Salary paid to Gopal. Yes, sir. Salary account debit to Gopal account.
Okay, and the entry for bad debt recovered?
So bank account debit to bank bad debt recovered account.
Okay, Sunaina.
Yes.
Okay, so Sunaina, you have mentioned about traveling as your interest also. So can you let me know which was the last place you traveled and what are the 3 learnings you found from that place?
Yes, sir. So I have visited lastly to the Bodh Gaya, Bihar. So from there, sir, actually my more interest toward the spiritual place only. So before that, I visited to the Varanasi. So from the Bodh Gaya, sir, I got to learn that the peoples there are very calm, sir. We are doing our activities in a very rush manner, but they are having a very means they are taking time for doing the activities. And the second thing is that, sir, the environment, sir. We as an peoples there in a metro city, sir, actually we are indirectly destroying the environments, but they are actually using the these toto or e-vehicles, which is very much helpful to the environment perspective, sir. And the third thing is that, sir, I got to learn about that the, sir, spirituality as itself, sir. We humans are means the reason where I am means, they are not so much connected with that spirituality and the beliefs. So I think, sir, these 3 outcomes that I got from that place, sir.
Okay, and what is Jamshedpur known for?
Jamshedpur is known for the Tata Steel and Tata Motors, sir. Means it is the means founder of the Tata Steels and the multinational company Tata Steel and Tata Motors, sir.
Okay,
Tata Self and Group.
who is a recent CEO of Tata who just died in a car accident?
So Cyrus Mistry, sir.
Okay.
What is your idea about work-life balance?
Work-life balance. Work-life balance means how I will balance my work life. Ma'am, I can't understand your question, ma'am.
What is your idea about the work-life balance? What is your opinion? What are your viewpoint on this concept? That's it.
Ma'am, I think a person should to focus on yourself instead of focusing on the environment activities. I think work-life balancing is means it's a objective things, ma'am. If I am there and I am having a workload in a certain day, then I will be focusing that I will at least find some time for my personal activities as well. And even though means there is a mutual consent between me and my family members, that it is not a alone journey that I will be balancing my work life alone. It is be with the mutually with my other family members, and I also have to understand their work life workloads in their lives as well.
Okay. So SUNAINA, any questions from us?
Sir, I just want to know that my role to the organizations in the means in the upcoming 2-3 months.
Okay, so you will be having a training period of around 3 months in the initial thing in the initial period. Then you will be then assigned to a higher role if you are selected into an assistant financial manager position. Okay. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Anyone? Or should we?
I have a case study. Dilip sir, you want to ask some question?
Yes, I want to ask a question. I want to ask actually two questions. SUNAINA, you replied to the various show cause notices received from the income tax department. Do you have any of like incident which you can tell us where you replied to show cause notice and what kind of the question they asked?
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, as I mentioned also that I did the CSR verification with the source data. That is the only section that they have raised in the so-called notice that our CSR expenditure is not, means our organization CSR expenditure is not matched with the 2% of the net profit of the last previous years, last preceding 3 financial years. So they have raised
CSR expenditure is it an allowable expenditure in the income tax?
Yes, sir.
CSR expenditure is an allowable expenditure under income tax.
No, sir, it is not allowable under allowable deduction under income tax.
So what income tax have to do with this? Like why they are like raising a question on that? How much amount you spend it on the show on the CSR or not? Like it is not at all concerned with the income tax department. What I guess I know that it is not at all important for the income tax department.
Sir, actually, the CSR expenditure means the CSR provision is earlier not applicable in the in our organization, means in the UCIL, but from the past 7 years it goes applicable. So the and for this actually, sir, the UCIL is means they are getting the deduction for the CSR expenditure without knowing that the CSR we didn't get the deduction for the same. So the UCL getting the deductions, and for that matter, the income tax rose the portion that why you are means why you are getting the deductions for the CSR expenditures.
Okay, SUNAINA. And yes, sir, over to you, Dharmender sir.
Yes, sir. SUNAINA, this one is a case study. Actually, I am giving a situation. This is the last question from this panel. We have a photocopy machine company which have an option to purchase either a branded machine or a local one machine. And photocopy per photocopy expenses is 5 to 7 rupees. If we have to print out 2 lakh copies, then which machine will be chosen by you?
So can I use the pen and calculator, sir?
Yes, you can tell me. I will write you, or either you should use your own copy and pen.
Yes, sir. I'm doing it on my diary, sir.
Hurry up, you are all India ranker, scoring exemption in the costing.
Yes, sir. Sir, I will go with the branded machines, sir.
Why so?
So because the fixed, although the fixed expenditure with the branded machine is higher than the local one, but the variable per unit cost for that branded papers is lower than the local. and if we print 2 lakh copies, then the overall cost will be the 10 lakh, and in case of local it will be 14 lakhs, sir.
Okay, which management decision tool will be used in this situation?
So in
Either
different points.
indifference point. And how much is the indifference point in this situation?
Sir, actually, I'm not able to recall the perfect formula for the indifference points, sir, as of now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sunil. Ask you the anti-profiteering concept. The anti-profiteering it's a simple anti-profiteering is a concept that the reduction of the benefit of the reduction of the GST rates and the benefit of the input tax credit must be passed on to the customer. That's it. On that behalf, any company should not earn a profit. And the second, which one is the highest appellate authority? It is a GST appellate tribunal. GST appellate tribunal. And the EPCG is not given by the custom department. It's a scheme of the foreign trade policy which allows you to import capital goods at a concessional rate or a zero duty. ये सब तो हमने discuss किया था ना, सुनैना?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
already we have covered in the domain all questions in the session. इसमें गलती नहीं होनी चाहिए ना, सुनैना?
Dilip sir.
And one more thing, na, that too because you are all India third rank holder. So definitely आप ये मान के चलिए जब आप PSU के पैनल में बैठेंगे तो they will have a lot of expectation from you that आप डोमेन में बहुत स्ट्रांग है ना. ये ऑल इंडिया रैंक का थोड़ा डिसएडवांटेज भी होता है. Yes.
सुनैना, like Sonal ma'am said very rightly कि अगर आप merit holder हो तो your interviewer used to have a very high expectation from you, so you have to be very perfect in your domain, right? So that is very important. Second, I found although your interview was good, okay, you replied very well, not all the questions but remaining questions you replied very well, but I found that your confidence was not good enough. You were lacking somewhere with your confidence when you were replying with your questions. So you were there is a lack of confidence which is not expected from at least from a merit holder student, right? So you have to work on it. Okay, second, the very negative point with your CV is that you completed your entire articleship with only one company, which is RCIL, right? So you have to deal with this question very properly, very confidently. You have to give some solid reasons. I did not find your reason acceptable, truly unsatisfactory. It was totally unsatisfactory.
Sir, whatever I said, it's truth, sir.
I know you were saying right, but see, selecting a particular entity, a particular firm which is working in a specific working for the specific company, that is somewhere not acceptable, that you limited yourself to particular company, only RCIL. So आप अपनी आर्टिकलशिप सिर्फ उसी फर्म से करना चाह रहे हो जिस फर्म के पास में RCIL का काम है, because you are comfortable. So this creates a kind of limitation in your scope. So company will definitely consider it as a negative point. So you should give some solid reason that why you worked in that firm only, right? So deal with this and be confident in your interview, right?
So, sir, do I mention the reason which I mentioned to you?
Yes, you should mention the reason. You should tell what my suggestion is. You should tell them, sir, this was just a coincidence that I have selected this firm, and I was not knowing that they were also having the work of RCIL. So later on, I came to know that they were having the work of RCIL. That is just a coincidence. There is no planning on my side to work in that firm only. This will be to some extent an acceptable reason, right?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, सुनैना.
कोइंसिडेंस बोलना थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाएगा क्योंकि ये दो डिफरेंट सिटीज में है कंपनी ऑल टुगेदर.
नहीं, ये हम मेरे हिसाब से इसके सीवी में एक छोटा सा अमेंडमेंट ये कर सकते हैं कि इंस्टेड ऑफ डू नॉट मेंशन द नेम, डोंट मेंशन द सिटी ऑफ द फर्म. Okay, they will not mention the city of the firm, so it is a possible that they will not.
Yes, sir, मैंने बस ये इंटरव्यू में बताया.
हाँ, बस वही तो आपने जैसे अभी इंटरव्यू में बताया ना, आपको बोलना नहीं है कि कौन सी फर्म, मतलब फर्म लोकेटेड कहाँ पे थी. So this might be a possibility that the both firms are in the same city.
Okay. Right. ठीक है, बस सुनैना यही है, कॉन्फिडेंस का बहुत बड़ा लगा मुझे. गो विद द लायंस एटीट्यूड, रिमेंबर दैट. ठीक है, उस एटीट्यूड से जाओ, लायंस एटीट्यूड, डरने की जरूरत नहीं। मैं शुरुआत में तुम्हें जानबूझ के डराने के लिए एक क्वेश्चन पूछा कि आर यू नर्वस, और तुम वहां पे ही थोड़े और नर्वस और होना छोड़, तो इंटरव्यू 4-5 जगह करेगा। फिर ने पूछा 1000 करोड़, आर यू श्योर, ठीक है, तो उसमें भी तुम अटक गए। तुम पहले तो कॉन्फिडेंट बोले, फिर अटक गए। तो अपने पॉइंट पे अगर तुम स्ट्रांग है तो स्टिक करो। सीएसआर प्रोविजंस पे एक बार थोड़े वापस चेक कर लो, ठीक है। लिस्टेड कंपनी वो सब एकदम सही, तुम सही बोल रहे थे, पर तुम डर गए वहां पे, ठीक है। वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस वाला मैम का तुमने आंसर थोड़ा अजीब सा दिया, शायद तुम्हें वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस नहीं मालूम था, तो वो एक बार थोड़ा उस कंसेप्ट पे समझ लो। वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस मतलब तुम्हारे लाइफ और वर्क में प्रॉपर एक बैलेंस होना चाहिए, ज्यादा वर्किंग आवर्स नहीं, बैलेंस्ड लाइफस्टाइल सबको मैनेज करते हैं, राइट। तो वो एक चीज पे रहा। बाकी तुम अगर मोबाइल फोन पे ही देने वाले हो फ्यूचर में इंटरव्यू, अभी मोबाइल फोन पे हो, तो यहाँ पे दिक्कत आती है, तुम्हारी आई पोजीशन नीचे होती है, कैमरे पे नहीं देख पाते हो, राइट। तो हमारा आई कांटेक्ट तुम्हारे साथ नहीं रह पाता है, ठीक है। तो ट्राई करो लैपटॉप पे, मैंने पहले भी बोला हुआ है, लैपटॉप पे देने की कोशिश करो इंटरव्यूज, अगर ऑनलाइन हो रहे हैं तो, ठीक है। तो ये कुछ चीजें हैं। बाकी हाँ,
1 मिनट सर।
वरना एक छोटा सा वो ट्राइपॉड ले आए, वो भी बेटर है, क्योंकि विजिबिलिटी क्लियर है सर, है ना।
हाँ, मैं इन सबको बोला है कि लैपटॉप पे दो, पर ये लोग सब मोबाइल पे ही देते हैं।
बट लैपटॉप के कंपैरिजन में शायद यहाँ पे क्लियर था इसमें,
पर इनकी सर आई कांटेक्ट जो है ना वो नीचे रहती है, जैसे वो नीचे देखना पड़ता है,
उसके लिए वो चाहिएगा।
हाँ ये सुनैना, और सुनैना ने जैसे मैंने आपसे पूछा कि विच वन इज योर फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट, सो आपने कॉस्टिंग बोला, फिर उसी में आपने 2-3 आंसर गलत भी कर दिए। रेलेवेंट कॉस्टिंग का आंसर एक्सेप्ट और रिजेक्ट डिसीजन के लिए होता है। कोई भी नया ऑफर आता है तो उसके लिए एससीएम आपने पढ़ा है फाइनल में। प्रोविजन रिजर्व का आंसर अच्छा दिया आपने, मटेरियल सब यूजेज का आंसर नहीं दे पाए, इंडिफरेंस पॉइंट का आंसर नहीं दे पाए। तो जो जो क्वेश्चन हमने आपको लिखवा रखे हैं वो तो आप एक बार दोबारा रिवाइज करके चले जाइएगा। मटेरियल सब यूजेज वेरिएंस और यील्ड वेरिएंस जो होता है वो होता है क्वांटिटी कम ज्यादा यूज करने से। there are the two variances in material usage variance, one is sub usage, one is mix। सब यूजेज है वो टोटल इनपुट कम ज्यादा के कारण है, और जो मिक्स वेरिएंस है वो रेशो, इनपुट के रेशो में अल्टर करने के कारण है। तो ये थोड़ा सा देख के चलिए। बाकी ओवरऑल टेक्निकल पोर्शन मैं तो 60% मार्क्स ही दूंगा आपको, जो कॉस्टिंग में आपने बोला उसमें से। ओवर टू अखिलेश सर।
हाँ सुना है ना, बीआरएस क्यों बनाते हैं कैश बुक में, कैश बैलेंस के लिए या बैंक बैलेंस के लिए?
सर कैश बैलेंस और हमारा
बैंक बैलेंस एज पर कैश बुक एंड बैंक बैलेंस एज पर पासबुक। एक्चुअली चेक तो बैंक बैलेंस ही करना है ना अपने को, कि बैंक के अकॉर्डिंग कितना बैलेंस आ रहा है और हमारे अकॉर्डिंग कितना आ रहा है, तो बैंक बैलेंस दोनों है ना। तो
कैश बुक एंड बैंक बैलेंस एज पर
हाँ, इसीलिए मैंने वापस पूछा। और आईआरआर डब्ल्यूएसीसी नहीं होता है। IRR is the earning rate of the project. WACC तो weighted average cost of capital हो गया फुल फॉर्म। That is the cost of capital, जो आपने कैपिटल रेज किया है उसकी कॉस्टिंग हो गई। और IRR क्या हो गया, उस प्रोजेक्ट से आप जो कमा रहे हो, अर्न कर रहे हो, राइट। अच्छा, IRR बेटर की NPV, उसमें म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव वाला ऐसा कोई सीन नहीं है ना, उसका कोई ऐसा रोल नहीं है।
NPV एंड PI में सर,
NPV और
PI प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी इंडेक्स।
हाँ, वो कैपिटल रैशनिंग वाले केस में होता था कि कैपिटल रैशनिंग में अगर हमारे पास प्रोजेक्ट डिविजिबल है, इनडिविजिबल है, वगैरह वगैरह। ओके, एनपीवी और आईआरआर में अगर आपको पूछे ना तो हमेशा बताना एनपीवी बेटर है। क्यों बेटर है, उसका वो एक एजम्पशन हुआ करता था कि एनपीवी में जो हम ये मानते हैं जो कैश फ्लो जनरेट करते हैं वो री इन्वेस्ट किस रेट से होता है, सेम डिस्काउंटिंग रेट से, डब्ल्यूएसीसी से। जो आप डिस्काउंटिंग रेट से प्रेजेंट वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करते हैं उसी से री इन्वेस्ट होता है। और जो आईआरआर में जो री इन्वेस्टमेंट होता है वो आईआरआर से होता है, जो कि रियलिस्टिक नहीं होता। अगर किसी प्रोजेक्ट में आप 50% से कमा रहे हो, पहले साल कमा लिया, तो जरूरी है हर साल कैश फ्लो से आप 50% ही कमाएं, तो वो एक एजम्पशन होता है। सो आप इतना बोला एनपीवी इज बेटर देन आईआरआर, ठीक है। ओके, बाकी कोई प्रॉब्लम? एंट्री सैलरी पे टू गोपाल, सैलरी अकाउंट डेबिट टू गोपाल किया था, है ना। तो ये क्या होगा, सैलरी अकाउंट डेबिट टू कैश होगा, सैलरी अकाउंट डेबिट टू कैश और बैंक। गोपाल का नाम नहीं आएगा ना,
सैलरी टू बैंक सर।
यस, सैलरी अकाउंट डेबिट टू कैश ये और बैंक, ठीक है। चलो बाकी
ओके, थैंक यू।
सर सुने ना एक चीज और, बिकॉज देखिए इट इज गुड दैट आज आपका इंटरव्यू हो गया, बिकॉज ये जो डोमेन में लैकिंग हो रही है ना, आई वॉज नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग, एंड इवन वी ऑल ऑफ अस नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग फ्रॉम यू, एंड यू आर गोइंग टू अपेयर फॉर दी PSUs। आप कोलकाता कैंपस में जा रहे हैं जहाँ पे बहुत सारी PSUs आ रही हैं, PSUs का इंटरव्यू इज गोइंग टू बी अ वेरी टफ फॉर यू। सो अपने डोमेन पे प्रिपेयर कीजिए, एंड आप देखिए ओवरऑल क्वेश्चनिंग वहीं से हो रही है, जितना कुछ हमने आपको क्लास में सेशंस दिए, हमने आपको जितना डोमेन कवर करवाया, तो वहां पर तो लाइक देयर इज अ नो स्टोन टू लीव अनटर्न। आप एटलीस्ट वो कैसे छोड़ सकते हैं, उतना तो आपके पास बिल्कुल रेडी कंटेंट होना चाहिए जो हमने क्लास में कवर किया है।
यस सर मैम, मैं वो सारे PDFs कर लूंगी मैम। अभी एक वीक से मैं कुछ भी नहीं कर पा रही थी, मतलब फीवर की वजह से।
कोई बात नहीं, इंटरव्यू में भी होता भी है, इसीलिए मॉक इंटरव्यू नाम इसका मॉक इंटरव्यू।
एंड इफ यू वांट वी कैन अगेन गो थ्रू द इंटरव्यू। 10-11 को आपका कैंपस है, उसके पहले आप एक और बार इंटरव्यू में हम आपका ले सकते हैं, ठीक है? सो बी रेडी, आप अपना डोमेन प्रिपेयर कीजिए, अगेन कॉन्टैक्ट कीजिए, ठीक है?
ओके, थैंक यू।
और आपने क्लासेस देख ली ERP की और सबकी? ERP के सेशंस वगैरह में थे आप?
ऐप में मैम।
हाँ थे आप?
हाँ मैम, वो मैंने किया है।
ओके, तो जितना भी रिकॉर्डिंग्स क्लास में है, इफ यू हैव नॉट अटेंडेड द सेशन, बिकॉज जब मैंने मॉक इंटरव्यूज लिए थे इवनिंग सेशंस में, तब भी आप नहीं थे वहां पे। हमने 1-to-1 इंटरेक्शंस किए थे बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स के साथ, ठीक है ना? बट द टाइम हैज गॉन, वो तो वापस नहीं आ सकता, बट स्टिल है 3-5-4-5-6 डेज हैं आपके हाथ में, लग जाइए। बहुत अच्छा कैंपस आपका होगा, बट थोड़ा सा डोमेन पे फोकस करें, ठीक है?
ओके, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू सुनैना।
Thank you. All the best.
Yeah, okay, bye.